Hey, thank you for joining me. It's Ash here. I want to do an energy reading. I'm going to use a couple different decks. If you want to know what decks they are, I guess just ask me in the comment section or something. I'm always kind of awkward, I guess, in the beginning, trying to figure out exactly what to say. I like to always try to just dive right into the reading, but I do appreciate you taking the time to stop by my channel and to watch, and I hope that you find something that's helpful to you. And I don't know, I guess these readings are meant to be for educational purpose or entertainment purpose or whatever. So I find that there's messages in the cards. It's not like you should just count solely on anyone else's advice, or don't take it 100% to heart. There are messages that a person can get from reading any book or reading any card or message or quote or stat or meme or whatever, and that doesn't mean that it should be taken for face value, but there are some messages that a person and benefits that a person can receive from listening or hearing or reading something. So with that being said, hope you enjoy. These are the 3 cards that I pulled, and I'm fairly new to this deck, but I love the artwork and the cards because one is able to, or it helps me to be able to gather whatever message that I want to based on the image, although there's a book that came with it. The card that I pulled for myself this morning was the Earth element, and so needing to be grounded, and there's a need to get clear on where it is that I'm going. And I'm saying that because this is what this card represents in the middle. So it looks like to me that it's like a, going through a transmutation, or going through, it's kind of like representative of the phoenix rising from the ashes, and then seeing a new path, and seeing going towards calmer waters, and going towards a better place or higher ground. And this to me looks like it's like springtime in a sense, or whatever, like blossoming into a better version of yourself, a better environment, better circumstances, the start of new creation, almost like 0 point in a sense, but not quite, because it's coming from, it's like that saying that when you start over, don't worry about starting over, because you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from with all the experience and all the wisdom and knowledge gained from past experiences or situations. So I'm gonna look at the book just to see what additional messages that I get from it. Hold on, baby. Sit down, please. So I'm gonna read. Okay, so I was right about fire. It says transformation, passion, temporal, preparation, transition, innovation. Number 18. 1 plus 8 is 1 plus 8 is 9. So 9 talk about endings and completions and transition and So yeah, it says the fire is a great transformer of life. It prepares us for the future. It can remove obstacles and shed light. Sometimes it's the inspiration we need to make changes quickly in order to receive what we have been preparing for. The fire element must be nurtured in order to be sustained. As with fire, this card augurs that any changes augurs. I've never heard that word before, but augurs augurs that any changes happening now will be completed quickly. Look at what passions you're willing to let go, or which ones must be nurtured. Now is the time to surrender to the changes happening. Allow the fire to burn away any fears or doubts that you may have. And then, so, I don't know, I read it how I see it. And then 38 is release. 8 plus 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, which is 2. And it says release. Completion, neutrality, shift, alter, boundary, void, receive. So it's right in alignment with what I was saying. So going through that fire and then choosing to release what no longer serves us. And it says if you're going to do something at all, you might as well do it right the first time. Definitely a philosophy we've all heard once or twice. There's nothing truer than when making efforts to let go of something you no longer need or want in your life. The idea of release is less about getting rid of something and more about changing your relationship to it. It's true, we release physical things, but unless we change our relationship to them, we'll draw them back in another form. Letting go, then, is akin to refocusing your energy in another direction. To be able to do that, you'll need the information and understanding required to complete the process of release. Comprehending why you had something in the first place, honoring its memory, and grieving its loss. And finally, adjusting your attention to something that better serves your current needs. Yes. Let it go, let it go. It's kind of hard to do sometimes. It can be, but I think we make it harder than what it has to be sometimes. And then this card is 17, which is 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 talks about unit or infinity, doing, a cycle, growth, manifestation, love. But this card is in this book is called Father Sky. It's such a beautiful card. It says promotion, foundation, movement, support, presence, generosity, access, activation. The all-encompassing, never-ending generosity of Father Sky is an energy of support for all life. Accessing this energy and focusing it into your thoughts, desires, and choices will render powerful results at this time. Father serves as a reminder that what we need is always there, even when it's not obvious to us. We are never alone or stuck in one place. The consistency and stability you bring to your situation is beginning to show. Now is the time to call on the energy of Father Sky to promote your perspective, enhance your vitality, and streamline your focus to the result you are seeking. All is well. How beautiful to know that all is well. So, yeah, like I said, it's just like it's a great reminder to look at where we have been, but don't stay there long, knowing that there's things that we have been through that have shaped us. Like so the need to not regret or have shame for what we have been through, because it brought us to where we are. So let go of that baggage and bag a lady, you gon' hurt your back. Dragging all them bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you. I'll get caught up in the song. I can't stop singing it. But anyways, so yeah, let go of what no longer serves you. Allow Father Sky to guide you and commune with Spirit. Do what speaks to your soul. Begin doing more of the things and allowing more of the things that light you up. I'm hearing, come on, baby, light my fire. Everything you drop is so tired. That's Lauryn Hill. But with saying that, there's also a need to remember that outside things, people or whatever it is, are not, like, don't look outside of self so much for validation or love or support or whatever. There's a need to, I've been hearing the message, and I'm constantly trying to remind myself of this, and I receive it, and I'm working on it, is the need to just give from a loving place and from a pure place and a whole place, knowing that there shouldn't really be an expectation in return, or an expectation from what you're based on what you're given. Like, give from a pure place and don't worry about what you're going to receive back. Don't worry about if the person will actually even receive what you are trying to give. Sometimes it's just for us to just give with an open heart and a pure heart, and have the best intentions possible, and come from a loving place. Just continuing to focus on love in every situation, as many situations as possible. Really every situation, honestly. There should be love in every situation. So I'm gonna stop rambling or whatever, and this 2 wanted to come out. Let me look at these and see. The Great Gathering and Soul Family. So the cards that came out is Birthing a New Age. It says birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So now that we've been through, like, the fire, been through, it's like the phoenix rising from the ashes, and are choosing to let go of things, whether we're consciously choosing to let them go, or subconsciously choosing to let them go, or people, vibrating out of our life for whatever reason, or just changing what the things mean to us, or what people mean to us, or putting things into perspective. We're able to create a new world, birthing a new world based on birthing a new age and birthing new creations, and bringing a new world into being based on the fact that we're shedding the old baggage. So whenever a snake or a person, even for that matter, sheds old skin, like, you get new skin. It's a fresh new start, a fresh new perspective, fresh new ground, new territory. So, and then the card that came out with that is Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. So look at that card. It's so beautiful. So starting from this being like the 0 point to, begin to create. And you see that circle in the middle. She's in the center of that. And getting divine inspiration and divine guidance, and communing with Source, with Spirit, with the Most High, with God, and then actually creating heaven on earth based on the guidance given, based on coming from a loving place. And I'm going to actually read that, because I want you to get a fuller understanding, get an understanding based on, or understanding based on what you see and the vision. Based on the picture, but also to hear the words too that are intended for this is nice too. Lemuria, it says creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Lemuria, or Mu, is one of the Earth's lost lands, where heaven really was a place on earth, a time before we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. And Lemuria, life worked in harmony. Hi, baby. I'm making a video right now. And Lemuria, life worked in harmony. All beings were seen as equal, and we were deeply reverent to Mother Earth. We knew that a mosquito was no worse than us, and the sun no better. Perhaps you too believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. Perhaps you are part of the transition team who at a soul level are devoted to creating this kind of harmony on the planet now. Thank you for wanting to do this work. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the state of affairs of the planet right now, but you are being encouraged to keep holding the clear vision of the future. It is closer than you think. You may be guided to hold the frequency of Lemuria Lemuria, in your own community, family, workplace, or within yourself. Know that it is possible, and while at times it may feel like it may feel like you are alone, you truly are not. There are hundreds of thousands who hold the codes of this ancient lost land. Even Lemuria crystals that hold the codes of remembering that are beginning to rise all over the planet. Keep doing what you are doing, and remember, the only way to heal the world around us is to first heal ourselves. So take a look at this card and say to yourself or out loud, I hold the codes of Lemuria and believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. I hold the codes of Lemuria and believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. I've heard this, and then answer the call is right underneath there. That's so beautiful. So for those of you who have ears to hear, it says answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? I think that is definitely fitting for right now, because we all have free will and a choice in any given moment. So whenever we read things or come across the meme or something on social media or a book or whatever, it's a reminder. It either feels like new information or a reminder of something that is deep within us, something that we already know. And so it's just important to be mindful of what we're taking in and what we are reading, watching, whatever, because this is what we're creating in our new world, in our world. So I want to read that really quick too. It says, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Take that upstairs, baby. Take it upstairs with you. Go ahead. My baby's crunching up her little slushie that she had yesterday. So I don't know if you can hear that on the table. Go ahead, I'll see you in a minute. I know. Let it melt a little bit. You can just let it melt a little bit. Your guidance is divinely guided. You are being called to answer the call of your soul. It might be scary. It might not make sense. But if you trust your soul's yearnings, you will live a life beyond what your mind could possibly imagine. Answer your soul's calling is not a one-time thing, rather a lifelong dance. Deep down, you already know what you long for, what your soul yearns for. Whatever you are called to do, this is your calling. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for permission. Just say yes. Most people are waiting for a step-by-step plan before they take the first step. But intuition doesn't work like that. It takes faith and courage to answer the calls of your soul. And that's why most people don't do it. But you are not most people. You are in exactly the right place to answer your calling now. You don't need to know the whole plan. You don't even need to know where it is leading. You just need to take the next step. No one has ever had the complete perfect plan. There is no end destination. There is no right or wrong way to do it, and you do not need permission from anyone else. Sometimes the more resistance we have around answering a soul calling, the more important it is to our soul's growth. So, what is your soul calling you to do? That's so beautiful. I'm going to take a card from the Divine Feminine Oracle Guidebook. So on the bottom of the deck, or on the cards that came out, is Sappho, the poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the woman in my life fiercely. And then Parvati, the goddess of devotion. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Yes, and I was talking about being sure to focus on love in any situation. It says, I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. So by knowing that all things are love, I'm constantly in a state of evolution. And my channel is called Love and Elevation because I constantly want to put myself in the highest frequency possible. It doesn't feel like that all the time. Starting this video, I felt like a heaviness on me, and I think it's because, and I know that it's because what I'm saying, what I've already said, I needed to hear it as well. I'm speaking from a place of understanding and knowing, and sometimes when we're close up on something or close to someone or whatever, it's hard to see things clearly, but I hear myself speaking, and I also hear the thoughts that are in my mind or whatever, and I know that I don't have to attach myself to every thought. But my point in saying that is that if I consciously am attuning myself to love and the frequency of love and embodying love and peace, then I'm embodying that. That's what is in my body. That's not just in my body, in my aura, in my field, that's the energy that I'm invoking or embodying and displaying, and that's what will manifest into my life, my experience, my body, my layers, my mental, emotional, physical, all that. So I'm consciously choosing that. But the more and more that a person uses tools like tarot cards, oracle cards, crystals, fresh flowers, burning sage, whatever tool that you use, knowing that they're tools that will spark something in you, like I said before, help you to remember something, learn something new. Just it's about evoking a feeling, an emotion, and a knowing within, and an understanding, creating a firm foundation, and then going to an understanding and an overstanding to know, into a knowing, and drinking clean water, whatever it is to you, that has meaning. A person can tell you anything or tell you different ways that help them, and I'm just sharing. That's why it's a need for me to share what helps me, because I can't keep it bottled up. Like, I want to genuinely share and help, and it can be discouraging to not get the outcome that we expect or that we want or whatever, as many likes or as many compliments or whatever the case may be. The need to remember that that's not why we're doing it. At least that's not why I'm doing it. It's nice to get compliments, and it's also nice to get constructive criticism because it all is necessary. It's all helpful. It's all good. So I'm going to read these really quick, or not the whole card. Like, I'm not going to read the backstory of these ladies the Divine Feminine cards that I pulled, but I definitely am going to read the reason that our soul chose this card. 76. Okay, I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Oh, I didn't even mean to. I'm actually going to read the other one first because I pulled that one first, and I just believe that that's how it's supposed to go. 182. Okay. Wow. Her backstory is good. The first thing I read, it says, she embodies the deep love. The deep love, admiration, and sensuality that exists between women. Okay, so I'm not going to read her backstory, but so when your soul selects her card, Instead of exhausting ourselves with the unholy effort of comparing our bodies to others or of competing for resources that are actually unlimited, Sappho urges us to do the most revolutionary thing we could ever do: love ourselves and our sisters fiercely. Love ourselves and our sisters fiercely. We can't recover Sappho's lost poems, but we can reclaim the enduring spirit she left us. We can become her poetry. We can revel in the pleasure we are capable of feeling, and we can love unapologetically with the full spectrum of our emotional range and from the fathomless depths of our hearts. Lift up a woman in your life. Help her reach a dream that she's been incubating. Take time to indulge with lady loves in your life. Go to a spa, make a dinner together, go skinny dipping, or just do something outrageous that celebrates the fact that you love each other. Sappho is about the power of loving every inch of the female form. Spend a day flooding your thoughts with positive affirmations about your body or a woman's body. Take a long bath with red rose petals. Do something nourishing that acknowledges your love for the fact that you are a woman, or for the radiant women who constellate your life. So the soul voice meditation is there a woman in my life I can send love to and lift up in this moment? And that's so true. Yes, I can. There's so many women that I can send love and lift and uplift in this moment that I probably don't send love to enough. One being my mother, my sisters. It was my sister's birthday yesterday, and I didn't call her. I seen her post, and I put a heart on her post. I loved her post because she was out spending time with her husband and family, and I did not take the time to say happy birthday. So I would do that. I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. So that's a part of being real, and you know, when we fall short, being real enough and honest enough to admit that. So I do spend a lot of these, like, recently, I mean, I know everybody has been spending time with, you know, family, at least people in their households and stuff like that, but I was gonna say that I've been spending so much time with I have 2 daughters, so I spend so much time with my girls and by myself, and not with, you know, family and other family and friends or females, and I honestly would like to. And so I heard someone say recently too, to be mindful of if the energy that we're giving off is attracting people and attracting what we want in our life, or if it's actually like repulsive and, you know, kind of like. So I honestly want more females and more friendships, you know, in my life, but and I hope that I'm not like pushing females away or whatever. So I hope that my goal is to heal my divine feminine energy and to attract my tribe. And I believe that was on the bottom of the deck, honestly. Yes, soul family. I knew it was. Soul family. So from a place of letting go of what no longer serves us, now we're beginning to call in our tribe. It says soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. So tribe, if you see this video, I'm calling you. I can't do it by myself. I've honestly been feeling like down, and there's readers on YouTube that I watch, and there's a community of people that I have found, honestly, online, who I feel drawn to, and I feel like they're family, and I honestly want to have more of that with people that I've grown up with, or, you know, in my own town. And so I'm gonna honestly try to so I'm going to take it upon myself to be more transparent and be more open and reach out to the women in my community more, and not have any expectations and just do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Ain't nothing. Okay, anyways, so the next card was Parvati, the goddess of devotion. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. I'm committed. So, what is soft, gentle, and nurturing like water can be far more powerful than what is inflexible and fierce. The energy of this mountain goddess is about the strength, that we can give and receive when we devote ourselves to the healthy bonds of love. Parvati is about the divine feminine potency of being a calm, benevolent presence, especially when something seems to threaten a deeply meaningful relationship. Transformation with this goddess calls for a softening. When a situation is hard, even painful, Parvati is suggesting that you allow your fist to unfold. Open and release what is clenched in fear or stress. Remember that your love is a mountain that cannot be moved, and that this bond between you is holy. No human hands or words can ever break it. The answer of what's next or highest for you can be found through the subtler act of simply abiding, not reacting, not running, not hiding. A deep reservoir of power can surge up from within us when we choose to remain present. Letting devotion inhabit us in moments when our ego has typically fled infuses us with the capacity to transform all of our relationships. Thank you. Devotion is not attachment. It's letting go of the illusion that you and this lover, this friend, this child or family member, this soul within you can ever really be separate from you. Devotion brings us home to the point and purpose of every relationship, love. A love that can never leave, and that, like a mountain, can never move. A love that evolves the soul. Jeez. What am I most devoted to in this moment? I would say love and elevation. Not the business aspect of it, but actually love and elevating within self. And that is the whole purpose for me creating this channel or creating my business called Love and Elevation. It's all that comes with that. It's not just reading cards or reading books or crystals or whatever. It's not just those things, but it's the fact that those things help me to feel and help me to know and dig deeper within myself, that inner knowing, and bring forth that knowing of my divinity, my purpose, my need to just let go and to be loved. That's who we all are deep down. So the intention, it says, I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. So I'm going to leave you with that message. I know it probably is all over the place and not all over the place, if you get it what I'm saying. We'll do Kuan Yin. I love Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin is all about compassion. And it's already 33 minutes, so it's perfect. Okay. Princess of the Autumn Harvest. Princess of the Autumn Harvest brings gifts of bounty and blessings for effort and actions of the past. It is a time when the fruit of your labors is ripe for the picking. A beautiful blessing is on its way to you now. With gratitude in your heart, you will recognize the blessing when it comes to you. It will serve you perfectly. Be open to receive it, knowing it is justly deserved. I received that. I hope you do too. Take a look at this card and look at it. She know this is for me. Like, this is my blessing. I work for it. I let go of my baggage. I'm doing the work. Spirit, help me out. Help us stop. Help me out. So I'll leave you with that love and elevation to you in this moment, today, every day. I'm about to get to the kiddos, make that phone call to my sister, call my mom, and call on my high power, because where's that? Spirit, Father Sky, is calling for us to get in tune, to tap in. So tap in today, folks. Me too. Whether it's physically tapping, whatever tool that you need to use to tap in, to get in tune with your spirit, to get in tune with your soul and the truest, purest, lightest part of you. So, thank you. Peace and ashe.